do here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time is give you live sports picks, free sports picks for the primetime games. We get help from our Pig Dogs cappers. Let's take a look at who's on the show today. We got, James Clark in a drive-thru. Good to join us today. We got Damian Sosh, Shane Mickle, Alex Martin in the center square, Tony Brown, red hot Tony Brown will join us. And, of course, we got Big Al McMorty to join us. You see him top of the leaderboards. Rod Zawacki as well. Let's see how they will line up for today's show. We'll get it started here with Smart, McMorty, Brown, Zawacki, Mickle, Sosh, Clark, and then I will close this one out. All right, let's go ahead and bring in Alex Martin. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium, doing very good work right now in the NHL. Alex, how you doing today?
Doing good, and looking forward to March Madness and looking forward to a big run.
Yeah, big run, March Madness. We're already in conference tournaments. A lot of action going on. We still have a lot of primetime games to cover here, and you're going to have a good one tonight here in the Big 12. Oklahoma to host Texas. Sooners are going to lay 2 in this one. Total 143.5.
Yeah, poor Oklahoma. I mean, they've played some really tough games here against Oklahoma State, and 3 straight losses. And we've got to get this. They've got to get this ship sort of unsunk here. And I think we're looking at a very, very big effort from Oklahoma. They know what to expect from Texas. I think they're well suited to play Texas. They're great against good ball handling teams, and I think they're decent against a team like Texas that can put down threes and try to pound away on the board. So I'm really looking forward to this game. I'm looking forward to see what Oklahoma does. Actually, I do expect them. I'm betting them to win this game, but I'm also looking very closely at this game because I think it's a momentum turner for them going into March. So as we are in March.
And we're looking here at Oklahoma here, winning straight up here. Money line, forget the point spread here. Shot for the best number here with the money line with the Oklahoma Sooners. All right, Alex, we got a really nice card tonight. We got hoops and NHL. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I've got a small school total on board, and I've got a blowout winner. Looks like a rocking chair. Start to finish winner. Join me. It should be an explosive profit-turning evening.
That's right. Get on board here with Alex Smart. You see the numbers here. NHL, 485 units of profit this year. Get on board with Alex Smart. We got a one-day pass, and, of course, take those winnings from tonight. Make that upgrade to that long-term pass. You know, that 30-day all-sports pass will get you every play that Alex Smart releases over at Pig Dogs Premium. The NBA, college hoops. We got it right into March Madness as well as NHL. So get on board with Alex Smart at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Alex, have yourself a great night. Of course, it's the NBA All-Star break, and, of course, there'll be a lot of college hoops for you from you on your releases as well as NHL. Absolutely.
And say hello to Tony, man. Does he ever dress sharp? He's one of the sharpest dressers I've ever seen.
And I agree. He has a great mentor, I must say. He's taught by the best, no question about that. And the beast, as they say here, he's taught by the beast. The pick here was the Oklahoma's on the money line from Alex Smart. All right, Alex, have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you next week. All right, Alex Smart here on the drive-thru. We'll continue on with our coverage. Now it's time to bring in Al McMorty. You find him atop of the leaderboards over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's doing fantastic work. Let's go ahead and wire him up right now. And here he is right now. Al, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm just cracking up at Alex wearing his Adidas tracksuit. I can't think of the movie, but my wife and I saw this amazing film, back when we could see movies, and all the gangsters were wearing the Adidas tracksuits.
Oh boy!
That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, that sure does, and it does take you back a few years when people wore those outfits. A little too tight now to wear for the guys, but pretty good gear. They still wear them in Europe. You see them all over Europe, though. All right, Alex, let's take a look here. We're going to some action here. Small conference. I think we really have good edges in these small conference schools. Prairie View here to face Southern. Prairie View going to lay 6.5, total 139.
Yeah, the Panthers are on an 11-game win streak, and they had covered 8 in a row before they've recently gone on an 0-3-1 ATS run their last 4. And I've gone against them a lot lately as I've thought they were overvalued, and I'm going to go against them here again tonight as they're laying 6.5 to Southern. And the primary reason I want to go against Prairie View is that they're on a very long win streak, and it's a short price. And what I like to do is I like to go against teams that have won 10 or more games in a row if they're not laying 9.5 points or more at home or on a neutral court, and they're playing an opponent that doesn't have a win percentage greater than 580. Going back to 1990, those teams have only covered 21 of 64 games. So that's the primary reason I want to go against Prairie View here. The other reason is that Southern is playing really good basketball itself. It's now won 4 straight, the last 2 each by double digits. And Southern is now 11-0 ATS, its last 11 when it's been on a 4-game win streak. It's also 17-10 ATS, its last 27 off a double-digit win. And all of this adds up to an easy wire-to-wire cover by the Jaguars.
All right, Jaguars to play here. Southern U plus the 6.5 against Prairie View. All right, Ella, we're looking here at these small conference schools. What's your thoughts here when you're handicapping them? Do you really find great value here when you bet in these small conferences?
You know, for me, I find great value whether it's small, big, or medium. The way I do things, everyone's different. I'm a technical guy, and the numbers don't discriminate based on how many people are, go to school at the institution. So it really doesn't matter to me whether it's, the SWAC or whether it's the Big Ten. I handicap it all equally.
All right, here with Al's pick, Southern U plus the 6.5 against Prairie View. All right, Al, let's take a look here at the board for tonight over at Pig Dogs Premium. You're doing fantastic work, nearly 2,700 units of profit. Document number 1. Big card here from NBA. They're hitting the All-Star break as well as college hoops and hockey. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Well, yesterday was a bad day for us, but we bounced back today. We cashed our Atlantic 10 tournament game of the year on Massachusetts. They won by 34 points in an early afternoon game. We'll cap it off tonight with our Big 12 game of the month. I also have a 3-game package in college basketball. And then in hockey, we're 21-12 this NHL season. We've got an NHL winner as well. Overall, it's 183 and 131. Our last 3 won 314. So to get all of our award-winning plays, just join for a week or a month, and that's the best value.
The best value over at Pig Dogs is taking advantage of those long-term passes. Again, we're reduced rates. Great value right now. Al McMorty, you see the numbers here. Nearly 2,700 units of profit. Document number 1, doing fantastic work across the board in all sports in the positive. And, of course, those numbers are transparent. So when you go to Pig Dogs Premium, you look at up Al's profile page, you can see every play that is released on the site. And that long-term pass, that 30-day all-sports pass, get every play that Al releases on the site for 30 days. That'll take you right up to the end of March Madness. Of course, NBA as well as hockey. And, of course, maybe we'll get into the start of the baseball season as they're in spring training. All right, Al, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you next week.
Thanks so much, Tony. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later. All right, Al McMorty here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on with our coverage here. We got a lot more picks coming up here from the Cappers. Before we get to Tony Brown, just a reminder, guys, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Free picks every single day now. Get started with the morning show with Mitch and Company, getting started at 10 a.m. Eastern time. You got Mitch, you got Brian Bittler, you got Ryan Zawacki, and of course on the weekends, Ron Romanelli will join them as well. So tune in every morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Of course, we got those 2 YouTube premium shows. You can check actually our link description will have the links to those premium packages on the YouTube premium shows. Those 2 shows, the early and late. So be sure to check those out. And of course, the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And don't forget that thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up those likes. We greatly appreciate that. It helps us build our audience. Like Oscar says, hit that like button. All right, let's continue on here with the drive-thru. Now it's time to come in and bring in Tony Brown. You can find him over the top of the leaderboards as well over at Pig Dogs Premium. And let's welcome Tony Brown to the show right now. Tony, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing out there, Tom?
Doing good. Yeah, you got really good compliments there from Alex Smart today with your outfit.
I mean, Al, he wore the Adidas suit. I wore the Adidas suit. I mean, come on, man. Like you said, I had a good mentor when it comes to clothing. and one more thing. I just want to get this in quick. I mean, I don't know how this show is set up, how you do the order, but I don't want to follow Big Al McMorty no more. I mean, I felt like I just watched a Sports Center show right now. His house is nice. His headphones are good. His info was good. How do you follow that, Tone? You said failure.
No, man, you've been doing great. You're top of the leaderboards, man. You're doing fantastic work. You have every right to follow Al McMorty. When you look at the leaderboards, you're up there with him, right?
Yeah, the picks are good. The money is good.
That's what matters, brother.
I mean, I'm talking about the presence, man. I felt like I watched Scott Van Til right there.
He's professional. We appreciate that. Yeah. But Tony Brown, it's all about come on, brother. What is it about? There you go,
It's about that money.
That's
Let's
what it's
go.
about.
You know, I bring the money. I do bring the money.
Let's bring the money home. All right, NBA, boy, oh boy, NBA All-Star break coming up. Tony Brown diving into the waters here. A lot of sharks here in the All-Star break. Last game of the NBA before they hit break. Pelicans to host the Heat. New Orleans here laying 2.5. Total sits here 228.
Yeah, this one was a hard one for me to pick because it's like, first, there are two teams going in two separate directions. The Pelicans, they're 3-1 in their last 4. They're at home. They've been rolling. Heat 1-3. You know what I mean? Situation like that. However, this is the third game in 4 nights for the Pelicans and the second night of a back-to-back. And, man, fatigue is a very heavy factor that can come into play. But with that being said, the Heat are walking wounded. No Jimmy Butler or no Badejo for this one. They're probable, but it's like probably not. And even if they coming in, they're coming in off the injured reserve, so they're not going to be their normal selves. So it's like the Tyler Hero show versus the Pelicans. And I think even a little tired Pelicans can win at home with just a small line.
All right, Tony Brown here going to be looking here at the Pelicans laying the 2.5 against the Miami Heat. Tony, I'm with you here. I've been looking at this overrun with these Pelicans. I mean, it's been amazing how their games have gone over. I think I looked up those last 23 out of their past 27 going over the total. Of course, Miami Heat. Last game before the break, right? They come back into action 7 days. So when I look at those questionables up there, you got to think maybe they're just not going to play because with the All-Star break coming up.
Exactly. That's why I said, so they're probably not going to play, which really makes me love the Pelicans. And if they do play, limited to, coming off the injured reserve action. So I don't think we get much out of those guys. And I think a complete Pelicans team, even with the short rest, can be the injured to slightly, like the Heat are already on all-star mode, basically, is what I'm saying. And I think the Pelicans win this home. At home pretty easy. Yeah,
because Coach will have a bunch of sleepless nights if something suffers an injury from one of his questionables here, especially when they're one of the top players in Adebayo and you're looking at Butler.
And Butler. Yeah, trying to come back to win one game before the break. So, I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it. That will put you in horrible graces there with the general manager and the fan base. So it's just not enough reward for the risk, in my opinion, to play these guys. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look here over at Pig Dogs Premium. We know what you're doing, man. Nearly 2,000 units of profit past 30 days, up there in the top of the boards. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Tonight we got a cool little play going. It's my Thursday 3 play. It's my top play on the board from the NBA, the NHL, and NBA. Each of these plays are working with perfect trends, which means they haven't lost so far this season. Every game they cashed, and tonight will be no different. They're $24.99 each, or you can get all 3 for $44.99. If you're not a daily player, I got my monthly, weekly, and off VIP full-year passes. That's the best way to go. After you buy a few plays, you already would have paid for the VIP pass, man. When we're rolling, make money. When we're not, take off a little bit. But you don't never have to pay again. You get every play I release from every sport, playoffs, championship picks included, for one low price. So go to that site, check out my handicapping page, and get one of those passes, and let's start cashing.
Yeah, get cash in here with Tony Brown. VIP long-term passes is the way to go right now. You see the numbers, nearly 2,000 units of profit past 30 days, and it's consistent. He comes on. We just tell you how great he's doing. Go and check the site. Like you said, you don't really have to say it because it's documented, right? That's I always say. I don't need to say it because you can see it, but, I got to remind them to go visit your page, Tony Brown, so they can see the numbers there. They're fantastic work.
And I like to remind them, too. And I mean, you know what I mean? But like everybody, we're men. We're all men out here. Everyone wants to toot their own horn. So with the documentation and with the every play being, verified, you don't have to take my word for it. Just go to the site. The plays are there. Every single play I release, the winners, the losers, and the money speaks for itself. If you're serious about making money betting sports, you can't afford not to get my plays.
Yeah, get plays here to Las Vegas-based Tony Brown. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers there. Get those long-term passes. That 30-day all-sports pass is the way to go. Every play that Tony releases on the site, NBA, college hoops, NHL. We're right into March Madness, and we'll even get into baseball. I guess we're getting right close to opening day in about less than 30 days, so you'll get some opening day action there from Tony Brown when you get one of those long-term passes. All right, Tony Brown, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night. Continue that success, and Continue to beat up that bookie in Vegas. In the sports books, you're going to have to travel different ones now because they know you're a winner.
Right, for sure. And I mean, anybody who's watching, Tone, you guys included, when you come to Vegas, hit me up. It's all love, man. We can hang out. And I love being on the show. Anytime you want to have me, just hit me up and I'll be here, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you as well. Tony Brown here on the drive-thru. Continue that success, doing great work. Guys, reminder, hit that like button, that thumbs up. It helps us a lot. Remember, we talked about the YouTube Premium. Be sure to check out the Premium YouTube picks and the link right there over in the chat room. So you'll be finding that as well on the chat room as well as in the description box. All right, let's continue on here with the drive-thru. It's time to bring in Ron Zawacki. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's also part of the morning crew with Mitch and Brian Bittler. Ron, how's it going?
Going good, Tony. Going good. Spring's still sprung. Everything's mountain. We got big lakes here everywhere, and nice start to the day. Nice winter in this morning with the cane. Can't complain. Life is good here.
Life is doing well. Well for Ron Zawacki. The snow is melting. The water is dripping everywhere, so he's ready to roll. Springtime weather.
Oh yeah, sun is out. Spring's nice. It's feeling good. It energizes you. I love the spring. I love this time of year. The sun's
absolutely.
out.
Vitamin
D.
Ride,
get out.
That's right.
Lose
Exactly.
some of this.
less of this. That's really good. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Less of that. Get rid of some of this built-up winter weight.
All right. We're looking here at some Ohio Valley Conference action. Eastern Kentucky to face Austin P. The Colonel's going to lay 2, total 158. This is a late night start, 10:30 Eastern time. They're going to stay up late in the South for this one on ESPN+.
Yeah, this is a really late game, 10:30 Eastern time. Big matchup here, Austin P versus the Colonels, Eastern Kentucky. If you look, Eastern Kentucky last 10, they're 7-3, only 5-5 against the number. Austin P 4-6, but also 5-5 against the number. Both teams have had a little bit of a time off. They haven't played since February, coming here into March. Nice few days off coming into this one. When I dug in and you look, Eastern Kentucky, their offense is really good, ranked 10th, average scoring 82.9 points a game. And you look, Austin Peay's defense ranked 178th, only allowing about 70 points a game. So I think they keep Eastern Kentucky down a little. And you look at Austin Peay's offense, still pretty good. Their field goal percentage, 45.3. It's slightly better than Eastern Kentucky's. Eastern Kentucky's defense ranked 272, average giving up 74. So you see the numbers right at 2 for Eastern Kentucky. Well, when these teams faced earlier this year, in the beginning of February, Eastern Kentucky was favored by 3 then, and Austin Peay beat them outright, beat them by 15 in that one. So then I'll go look at the numbers, and you look at the Governors on the road. They're 5-1 ATS as a road dog, their last 6. The underdog in this series is 4-0 ATS in this series. But the biggest difference for me is at the free throw line. When it comes down to making those free throws, Austin Peay just has the better. They're ranked 45th in free throw shooting percentage. So hitting them key buckets down the end is what's going to do it for me. I'm going to take Austin Peay on the money line, as I think they get the outright win again here against Eastern Kentucky.
All right, Rod Zawacki, Austin Peay money line plus 120 against Eastern Kentucky. A late night, 10:30 Eastern time on ESPN+. So they got Austin Peay money line going on. All right, Rod Zawacki, you're doing fantastic work over at Pig Dogs Premium. We can see here, past 7 days, 450 units of profit documented. What you got going on over at the site?
We had one college basketball go up already today, so that makes us 16-5. Our last 22, our 21 college plays up over 1,000 units. I've got my college pass. Grab it now. You get all the conference tournaments and the big dance, all for $200 over at the website. You can get. I've got a college basketball bird cage for you tonight. Nice little triple. 3 college basketball games I love. We're going to sweep the board on that and keep this college basketball rolling. We're on fire coming into March, and we're going to keep it rolling and make lots of money for everybody here during March Madness. Let's do it.
Let's make some money with Rod Zawacki. March Madness is here. You see the numbers here. 450 units of profit past 7 days. He's got the birdcage pass up there. 1 day passes. You pick those up, take those winnings, go long term. And right now, that 30-day all sports pass is the way to go because that will take you all the way to the end of March Madness. Every play that Rod releases for March Madness, even there's 16 teams in the NIT as well. So there's the NIT, college hoops, NHL, and of course, don't forget, baseball is just on the horizon here as we're already into March. So that will get you covered here for opening day baseball. So get on board here with Rod Zawacki with that 3rd-day all-sports pass. All right, Rod, as always, great having you on the show. We'll listen tomorrow for you in the morning with Mitch and Brian Bittler. Of course, you got those YouTube premium shows. And, of course, and then we come on at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll have you here again tomorrow.
You bet. Great to be here. You guys have yourself a wonderful evening, and we'll see everybody else tomorrow morning.
All right. Rod Zawacki tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time with Mitch and Brian Bittler with the morning show. It always continues there. Guys, reminder, keep those thumbs up, those likes coming in. Help us build that audience up. And reminder, if you happen to join us a little late, don't worry. We're going to recap every pick on this show at the end here. It'll give you plenty of time to get those bets in for the primetime games. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Shane Mickel is up next, and let's go ahead and welcome here Shane Mickel, who's doing fantastic work in the NBA. You'll see him top of the leaderboards there. He was number 2 on the site last year. Shane, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing tonight, Tony?
Doing great, doing great. All right, Shane, you're looking at this one here with Kansas at home against UTEP, 8 Eastern time. Kansas laying 17, total 135 on ESPN+.
Yeah, at first, when I looked at this game, the line was kind of confusing because UTEP, they come in this game hot. They've won 4 in a row, kind of cruising. It seems like a spot that Kansas will, take their foot off the gas a little bit, get ready for Big 12 conference play. A little deeper dive in the numbers show that UTEP is really not as good a team as it looks on paper. They're good as favorites this year, but when they're underdogs, they really struggle. Their last 5 and 6 games ago was against UAB. They were underdogs by 8 points in each of those games, lost by 11 points and 15 points respectively. This Kansas team is a lot better than UAB. Last couple weeks, they figured out that David McCormick is the player that should be played through. They've tried all season to figure out who their star is. I think Kansas has finally found it. UTEP has no one that can guard David McCormick. I expect a big game from him, and he's going to lead the Jayhawks to a cover here. Take Kansas, laying the points.
All right, Shane Mickle, Kansas laying the 17 here against UTEP. Shane, what's your thoughts here, the motivation angle here with one of these non-conference games right in the middle of March before they conclude regular conference play?
Yeah, that was honestly my biggest concern coming this game was this little looks like a layup. But I don't think Kansas has that this year. Maybe in years past when they're sitting number 3, 4 in the country and they've been cruising. You can take your foot off the gas in this one, but I think they need to prove everything to the committee, and that means beating up on UTEP tonight.
All right, Shane here on Kansas laying the 17 against the UTEP Miners. This one to tip off at it was an 8 Eastern time. Let's get the tip-off time here for you. 8 p.m. Eastern time. You could watch it on ESPN+. All right, Shane, let's take a look at the leaderboards. We talked about your NBA performance, 730 units of profit. We've got a board up there for the NBA before the All-Star break. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I didn't actually love the NBA card tonight. I only have 1 play. But I do really like the college basketball card. Got 4 plays in that. Throw those 4 plays and 1 play together, and we got a 5-pack all basketball tonight, $34.95 on the site.
Yeah, $34.95 is a 5-pack up there, college hoops, and 1 NBA. Smart man to go with that 1 NBA because it can be a little tricky when you're going right into the All-Star break with the NBA. So get on board with Shane Mickle. You see the numbers here, 729 units of profit. That's all documented over at the site. Get that 1-day pass, and, of course, make that upgrade to the long-term pass with Shane Mickle. Get every play that it releases on the site. You set the length of time when you visit his profile page. All right, Shane, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you next week.
Sounds good. Have a good night, have a good night, Tony.
All right, thanks. I will have a good night and hope to have a great weekend. That's Shane Mickle here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on with the show. It's time to welcome in Damian Sosh, the resident Notre Dame fan. Let's bring him in right now. You can find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's doing fantastic work. You'll see him top of the leaderboards as well. Damian, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Tony. About
yourself? What happened to the Irish last night? I got to ask you that.
You know what? I don't know. It might be time. I like Mike Bray, but it might be time to move on. The program just seems to have gotten a little bit stale. They didn't cash in a few years ago when they made it to the Elite Eight. That's when the recruiting really got to kick in. It just didn't cash in for it. I'd hate to say it, but it might be time to move on. I don't think they will, but it's been a rough season.
They kept Digger forever. Forever.
Yeah.
They did. But all right, we'll see how that rolls. You're picking you're big game hunting. All right, we're big game hunting here with Damian Sosh. ESPN2 will televise 7 Eastern time. Baylor to host Oklahoma State. I know this opened 11, but it's now up to 12. Baylor favored, total 148.5.
Yeah, I'm actually going to take a look at the total here in this game. Coming in this game, we got Oklahoma State. They're averaging just under 77 points per game, while allowing their opponents scoring 72 points per game. Baylor, meanwhile, offense is really clicking. They score over 85 points per game and 89 points per game at home. The defensive Baylor, they allowed just 65, but over the last 5, they've allowed 75 points per game. Now, they had a little bit of a hit with COVID, and this is going to be, I believe, their 4th game back since that. And the defense seems like maybe it's taken a little bit of a hit. Baylor handed their first loss of the season last week against Kansas. They put up just 58 points in that one. Rebounded big time against West Virginia, where they put up 94 in OT. Baylor's a team that can really score. They can hurt you inside and outside. One of the best 3-point shooting teams in the country at 42.1% from 3-point land. Oklahoma State, meanwhile, are coming off that sweep of Oklahoma. They put up 94 points and 79 points in both of those meetings. Oklahoma State, they seem to be getting better each game. They won 5 in a row. Cade Cunningham, projected number 1 pick. He's playing really well. The offense if he's on, the offense really feeds through him. He had 40 in that first meeting against Oklahoma. The second meeting, he struggled for much of the game. And then the last 10 minutes, when they needed him most, he put up 13 points in the final 10 minutes. Oklahoma State, they play the fastest tempo in the Big 12. The over has hit in the last 3 meetings between Baylor and Oklahoma State. And it's going to hit again tonight. I like the over in this game.
All right, Damian Sosh going to look here at the over. Baylor and Oklahoma State, 148. There's 148.5 out there. Shot for the best number. I didn't even see it at 147.5, so there's a big spread there. So shot for the best number, Baylor and Oklahoma State going over the total. All right, Shane, you mentioned there with Baylor's defense. Yeah, I've noticed that too. It hasn't been as sharp since they returned from COVID. And we'll see here with this Oklahoma State team if we can have a real fast-paced game, get this one over the total. All right, Damon, let's take a look here over at Pig Dogs Premium. We see where you're doing fantastic work in the NBA. 665 units of profit. That is all documented. You can go over there and check out your profile page. It's transparent. You can see every play that you've released, what you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium.
Yeah, tonight I have an NBA 3-pack that's available and 2 college basketball plays that are left on the board. One already has gone off the board, but you got 2 remaining, 3 NBA plays. NBA package, I recently reduced it for the remainder of the season to $299.95, so you can pick yourself up that plan, and that'll get you through the NBA Finals. Lots of good stuff heading out. Make sure you check back to the website often because, you got games going off as soon as you wake up. There's going to be a tip till the time you go to bed. So head on over there and check out often. A lot of great deals.
That's right, guys. Check out over at Pig Dogs Premium. Damian Sosh. You see the numbers here in NBA, 665 units of profit, 1-day pass up right now. Get on board with that and then make the upgrade to the long-term pass with those winnings. He said we're in that time of year now, morning, noon, and night here with these games, these conference tournaments. So get on board, check it out early, and get on board with Damian Sosh and get one of those long-term passes. That's the best value right over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Damian, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you next week.
Thanks, Tony. Have a great one.
All right, it's Damian Sosh here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on with our coverage. Reminder, guys, those thumbs up, those likes, keep them coming. Help us grow the audience. And also, too, a reminder that if you're looking for that YouTube premium package, check it out right on in the chat room. There's a link to it as well as in the descriptions for this video. All right, let's continue on. It's time to welcome. Well, we've got coming off the bench and a pinch hitting role tonight is James Clark. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. We caught him in his car, so we wanted to make sure that we filled the show for you. And we appreciate James Clark joining us today. James, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are y'all, buddy?
Yeah, doing great. All right, we got some light. I know it's getting dark in West Virginia. All right.
Yeah.
Yep, it is. Well, we're not too far away from daylight savings time. All right, you're going to look at some NBA action here. Trailblazers to host the Kings. Portland laying 4.5. Total sits 236.5, 10 Eastern time.
Yeah, if you go look, Portland's 14-6 against teams that's under 500, which the Kings are. And if you look, Portland's won 6 of their last 4 games. As the Kings, they're 2-8 in their last 10 games. I meant Portland 6-4 in their last 10 games. And like I said, the Kings are 2-8 in their last 10 games. But the Kings, they let teams score the most against them in the NBA. They have no defense at all. And for a hot team like the Portland's coming in, I know they're getting ready to go an All-Star break, but I think Portland's going to have to build up to want to go in into the All-Star break on a high note and to start after All-Star break on a high note. So this 4.5 points, I think, should be a pretty easy win for Portland if you go to look at it.
Yeah, there's no question about that. I'm with you there with Portland. I watched that Laker game against Sacramento. I like the over in that game. We talked about that. I was in discussion with people in the chat room about it, and it was like, do you ever see Sacramento play defense? I mean, I know the Lakers don't have LeBron. I know they don't have Anthony Davis. But again, it's going to be a faster pace without them in there. And look what happened. If Sacramento played a G League team, they'd still give up 110 points to them. They just don't play defense. And you watch those highlights. You watch those highlights of that game, the extended highlight reel. You can find that on YouTube. The 10-minute highlight package. There is no effort defensively from Sacramento, none whatsoever. None.
No, they just let teams go right by them and score. I mean, they had the Lakers. They let the Lakers back in that game the other night, which they should have just drove the nail in the coffin for them. But you said, the Kings does not have no defense at all.
It's funny, off the show, I was talking to Ann Shore yesterday. She was in Vegas. She was, I need a big play late night. And we looked at the Lakers in Sacramento. So that's got to go over because there's going to be no LeBron. It's going to be a fast pace. I think Ann is going home happy back to Philly with some cash in her pocket, or actually back to New Jersey with a lot of cash because she was getting down big on that game. But yeah, I'm with you there. Portland laying 4.5 against the Sacramento Kings. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium. Fantastic work in the NBA. 725 units of profit documented. Big card tonight from the association. Lots of hoops going on from college. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I got a 5-pack, which got 3 NBA and 2 college basketball. I also got just those 3. If you just want, as you see what I've been doing in the NBA, if you just want those 3 NBA picks, I got them by themselves too. Off a rough day yesterday in college basketball. I mean, I swept the board in my NBA, but had a rough day in college basketball. Looked to bounce back to tonight in the 5-pack. But like I said, if you just want my NBA for today, get those 3 plays. Looking to sweep the board. After that, if you want the 3-day pass or the week or a month, like we all been talking, every capper you've seen on here talking about March Madness. While we're trying to push March Madness, it's the biggest, I'm telling you, it's the biggest month for basketball, college basketball. And if you have any of the cappers that's on here, if you have them for the month, you're guaranteed to make money. Everybody on here knows what they're talking about, and they're ready to put money in your pockets. When we lose, we feel it because we know y'all lose. So we're not trying to lose for this March. So grab any one of us, and we'll put money in your pocket.
Yeah, I put money in the pocket here with James Clark over at Pig Dogs Premium. That 2-for-1 capper deal is a great offer right now. Pick James and another capper for those 30-day passes. You'll get that at a reduced rate. Great value right now over at Pig Dogs Premium. Get that long-term pass from James. Or if you want to try him out for that 1-day pass, he's got an NBA or he's got a 5-pack going on as well. Mixing college and NBA. Get that. Take the winnings and go long-term 30-day. Why not that 2-for-1 capper with James Clark, another capper of your choice. All right, James, as always, great having you show. Thanks for pitching in and helping fill the book for tonight. And we'll talk with you next week.
All right. Thank you for hitting me up, Tony. I appreciate it, man. Anytime y'all need anybody, if I got the time, I'll surely do it, buddy.
I appreciate your dedication and fantastic work in the industry so far this early in it for you. Continued success. All right, James Clark here on the drive-through. And guys, reminder, once we get through with my pick, we're going to recap every play from the show, so hang on to that. All right, let's take a look at my play for today. We're going to be looking at Murray State and Jacksonville State, 8 Eastern time. Murray State laying 3, total 139.5. This one will be on ESPN Plus. And I'm going to be looking here at this Jacksonville State team. They've been good to me. they've been good to other people too. But I like this Gamecocks team. They've won and covered 7 of their past 8 after that 8-point win to Austin Peay. Their form is outstanding. Look at their past 5 games, 50% shooting, and holding teams just over 41%. The Racers, they've lost 3 of 4. They've dropped both meetings to the Gamecocks. Now, Murray State defensive form, not good right now. Past 5 games, 46% shooting allowed. Jacksonville State, 3rd best in offensive efficiency in the Ohio Valley Conference. They're strong around the bucket on both ends of the court. Now, Murray State has been weak in the Ohio Valley on the offensive glass and not really good at the free throw line, making 66%. Now, in these conference games, you got to make your free throws. I'm going to take Jacksonville State here at plus the 3. All right, guys, be sure to check out Pig Dogs Premium. I've got a 3-pack right now. All college hoops. Get on board with that. Of course, take those winnings and go long term because I got a 3, 7, and 30-day pass at the site. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Now it's time to go ahead and recap the plays. Rod Zawacki is going to help us out tonight, and we've got James Clark here as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the picks for today. Alex Smart got us started with Oklahoma money line laying minus 135 against Texas. McMorty, Southern U plus 6.5 against Prairie View. Tony Brown, Pelicans minus 2.5 against the Heat. Rod Zawacki, Austin Peay money line plus 120 against Eastern Kentucky. Shane was on Kansas laying 17 against UTEP. Damian, Baylor, Oklahoma State over 148. James Clark was on Portland Trailblazers minus 4.5 against Sacramento Kings. Yours truly was on Jacksonville State plus the 3 against Murray State. We'll start with Rod. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Those ones there, I like Portland. Give me the Portland Trailblazers minus the 4.5 in that one. They looked good yesterday. I think they in Sacramento just looked garbage yesterday. I like that one. I think Portland has no problem covering that spread. I think they get a double-digit win in that one.
All right, we've seen Portland really spank some bad teams at home this year. All right, James, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I like Damian Sosh's pick, the Baylor and Oklahoma over 48. This will probably go to 160, I'd say. I mean, both these teams score. I look for this to be an easy over.
All right, easy over there. And I'm going to go ahead with James Clark here with Portland laying the 4.5 against Sacramento Kings. This looks like a defeated team, this Sacramento team. The way they defended here, it was disgusting against the Lakers. It was just bad. I mean, there's no way to say about it. And I think Portland's a hungry team, and at home, I think they get the job here against Sacramento. All right, this was a drive-through. We're back tomorrow. We'll have a full book of cappers on for you, giving you those primetime picks. We're back at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Don't forget, it all gets started 10 a.m. Eastern time with the morning show. It's Mitch, it's Rod Zawacki, it's Brian Bittler. Sometimes we have a few guest cappers that tune in, but be sure to check it out tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Don't forget that YouTube Premium. That link is in the chat room right now. And you can subscribe to the early or the late show, and great value right now. We've got a link in the chat room as well as the description. It's the YouTube Premium right now, the late and early editions. All right. Once again, thanks for joining us here on the drive-thru. Let's go ahead and bring in the cappers from tonight's show. And we want to get the birdcage up there. We got the birdcage with the Pelicans. I see that, right? Wiz, Indian Pelicans. Moneyline birdcage.
The Wizards, Indy, and the Pelicans, all money line.
All money line. All right. We want to make sure we got it covered. You know, I think what happens, we got it in there. Great. Pelicans, Wiz, and Indy from Rod Zawacki. All right, let's give a wave to everyone. Have a great night. And we'll talk with you guys live tomorrow